What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. We are back with some more Snowbreak Containment Zone because there's some things that I've been discovering as I've been playing through the game, and I wanted to share it with you guys and give you guys an update on something else that I previously talked about in another video. So if you guys go into Fight and you go into dispatch here, you're going to have these 4 game modes. Now, these game modes are really, really essential, especially these first 3. So I'm going to start with tactic evaluation. In tactic evaluation, guys, this is something that you're going to be doing to complete some quests. So that way you can get some more resources, get some more experience. But also this is a game mode where you're actually going to be able to get, quite a few resources, this currency where you can buy items. This is to level up your weapons. This is to level up your characters, but you're going to be getting these gems, which is the main currency in the game. And pretty much that's what you're going to be doing. You're just coming in here and you're just going to be trying to get as much currency as possible. But when we come out of here and we go into Clash of Honor, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, because in this game mode here, you're actually going to be doing, it's kind of like Shadowland and Marvel Future Fight, or it's kind of like a survival mode where you're just defeating wave after wave after wave after wave and moving up higher in the tiers, so that way you can get a lot more damage. Right now I'm currently on wave 18, but you can see here that you're going to be able to farm for these materials right here. Now these are vital. These level up your weapons, but these are vital for a little something special. So if I click on the shop here, guys, these materials actually can buy you a limited part for your weapon. And these things make a big, big difference. I've already bought one of these things and it made a huge difference on my weapon as far as how well it aimed, how well it handled. The kickback on the gun wasn't near as high as what it was before. It's just like boom, 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 instead of bump, 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 right? Especially whenever you're very far away. So that is really, really awesome that, they have it set up like this. And, the more I play this game, the more I find out that you can just farm and farm and farm for everything that you need in it, man. It's really, really sweet. And honestly, a very cool game mode. Like, this is pretty fun, being able to jump into a wave and just go wave after wave after wave after wave. And this does refresh, I believe, every week. So that's pretty damn sweet. Then you have neural simulation, where you actually can go against specific bosses. You can actually face a Titan. You can actually face this old boy right here, Joseph the Bison, which is pretty cool. And in here, guys, you're going to be able to farm for these little items right here. These synthetic endorphins is what they like to call these babies. And then, of course, some other little items, right? And these actually level up your neuronics. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because if you jump into the shop, right? If you jump into the shop and you go to the neural simulation, you can actually use those little chiplets. I know it's a different color, but it's the same thing, to farm for more shards for your characters, for specific characters in here, but also farm for these materials. And these materials are important because you're going to reach a point in the game where you're going to start, leveling up your characters on your neuronics. And these actually add a bunch of buffs for your characters. And once you get so far, you're actually going to need this item. So farming in that game mode is going to help you acquire these things, so that way you can bump up your character and make them a whole lot stronger. So that's pretty damn cool. That's actually really, really sweet, right? And then we have Underground Purge. Now this is a pretty cool game mode because there's actually like 2 different game modes built into it. So you have Abandoned Area, where you can actually acquire a bunch of gems. I mean, this is where you're going to be just farming a crap ton of gems, which is really, really nice. And then you go to the Jonan Tunnel. This is where you can actually acquire these materials here. And these materials are important because you can actually farm for an even more potent logistic, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. Now, I talked about logistics in the last video where you have a set of 3. This is a set of 3 right here. These are all from the same squad members. These 3 are from all the same squad members, and these 3 are from all the same squad members. And that's really awesome, which means you can farm a full set in here. And if you look at the buffs on these damn things, guys, like if you look at the buffs on these, right? Whenever you have 2 officers, your ballistic damage goes up by 25%. And when you have 3 officers, after using a standard skill, increases standard ballistic damage by 45% for 5 seconds. OP effect. And then we click on this one here. When we take a look at its buff, increases ultimate skill damage by 33%, which is amazing. And then increases, when you have 3 officers on, 3 logistics on the team, then increases damage dealt by 40% for 15 seconds after using an ultimate skill. So not only do you get an ultimate skill increase in damage, but you increase your regular damage afterwards for 15 seconds. That is crazy. Very, very powerful effect. And then this here, you can actually, when 2 officers, your auxiliary unit strength goes up by 25%. And then whenever you have 3 officers on the team, increases the damage of auxiliary units by 55% after the shot hits. Lasts for 3 seconds. Repeat triggers will reset the duration. So really OP logistics. Like, these things are ridiculous. And the fact that the game gives you a way to farm for these things is amazing. And speaking of these things, right? Speaking of these, in the last video, I was talking about how in the logistics here, you can actually farm for all these characters. Now, you'll notice there's a little green dot, or not 3 characters, but all 3 of these logistics to buff up your character that you're actually using. And remember, you need a set of 3 to get the maximum benefits from each one of these things. And this does have a nice little pity system to where, you know, you go one time, you'll get one of these. You don't know which one you get, but you're going to get one of them guaranteed. And then the next video, you'll get another one. And the next video, you'll get one. I have all 3 of these babies already. And it looks like, since this is still here, right? They did not erase it. They didn't get rid of it. It is still here. It looks like you can farm for the same logistics set that you want over and over and over. And that is phenomenal, guys. I mean, just playing this game mode, you know, these numbers are representing the pity system here. And, you know, the more you play this, the higher, the more progress you're going to have. You're going to reach the pity. You're going to be able to get these logistics to level up your character, right? You'll be able to equip these babies on them and level up your character and get all these buffs. So the game just looks more promising and promising as I play it. The more things that I get unlocked, the more ways I see that you can farm free to play for everything in the game, which is amazing for all players because it has a nice flow, right? A nice flow in the game where you can constantly reuse materials. You can constantly level up materials. You can constantly get materials completely free to play, which is amazing. And the multitude of game modes that you have in this game is awesome. You got the story mode, you got those 4 game modes that I just talked about. You have co-op in this thing. Like, there's a lot that the developers have done for this game to make it as unique and different and fun for all the players to be able to enjoy it. So guys, let me know what you think about the game so far. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. G+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.